Hello, ladies and gentlemen, Adrian here for DigitalDojos.com. Today I want to talk about my thoughts on Apple Music. So I want to focus on Apple's announcement, their one more thing at WWDC, their Apple Music service that is like a streaming platform, a live 24/7 DJ platform, and iTunes Connect, which is connecting fans to artists, vice versa. So what is the good, the bad, and the ugly with Apple Music? Starting off with the ugly, the presentation. I rewatched the keynote and I realized really that whole Apple Music portion, they said a lot without saying anything. They talked around a lot of things. They tried to use the hype of Jimmy Iovine and Drake to build it up, but I feel bad for those guys. I don't blame them. I'm fans of them. It's just that I feel like the keynote was kind of rushed and they kind of just used them as fillers for a service. It's not even announced yet, and they didn't focus enough about the things that like the music catalog. They didn't focus enough about the artist and maybe like how they're gonna work out the artist share, how they'll be different as a music streaming service. They focus on things like how to make playlists and little mundane things that we all know how to do and know about. Like especially the people who are in that audience, as far as like the WWDC conference. I want to see more about the streaming service in itself. Anyways, let's go on into the good. So the good, the music catalog. They didn't talk enough about this, but obviously they're working out a lot of deals. It's not going to be an exact mirror of iTunes' current library. However, a good portion of it will be in there because right now it's estimated around 30 plus million songs will be incorporated into Apple, their music streaming service. That being already on par with what Spotify has, so that's a really big, plus or pro on the side of Apple Music. iTunes customers, you got to take into fact that they already have tons and tons of people's billing information through their Apple IDs, through the App Store, through the iTunes Store. That's going to make the transition of signing up to this service like that much more easier. It's cross-platform. Apple is really trying to promote this service or making it available across Android, PCs, things of that nature. However, it's a pro and a con in the sense that it's limited on certain devices like Android. So hopefully we see Apple really equalize it and make it an even playing field for all users. Availability is going to be available in 100 countries versus Spotify right now, which is available in 58. And obviously, I compared to Spotify a lot. I know there's Tidal and Google and Amazon, but Spotify is the big kind of competitor in this market right now. Music uploads, it's another great thing about Apple Music. If you are a big artist or somebody in the room in their home studio, you can submit your music to Apple's music streaming service. There's no set words on the requirements as of yet, but you will be able to submit your music into the fold. The family plan. The family plan is a really solid deal. 6 people for $15. That's like a really great deal, and I feel like people are going to take advantage of that, whether or not they have 6 people in their family or not. Cons. The cons, the bad things about Apple Music service as of right now, to me, there's no free model. I really think that that's like one of the great ways it could compete with Spotify. That's a lot of reason people use Spotify because there's that free model attached to it. Tidal, for example, is more of an exclusive platform as it starts at $10 or you pay $20 for the really hi-fi, high-definition audio service. And that leads me into another con, the base quality. Now, this is a con in the sense that like the majority of people won't care about this. 256 kilobits per second audio quality won't really, like that's great enough for a lot of people out there. However, if you use Spotify, you can get up to 320. If you use Tidal, you can go into the hi-fi, obviously. Very, very high quality, like lossless audio. But again, for audiophiles out there, it'd be nice to see better, quality available on Apple Music streaming service. Maybe in the future, who knows? And last but not least, the biggest con to me, the app itself. The app just looks like it was designed for like iOS 7, to be honest. Apple's usually really great at doing software. They know how to focus on the things that don't matter, take out the crap, and really make it a clean and visual experience at that. I think that's something they could have really done with this Apple Music app, and they didn't do that. Hopefully we see more updates. I mean, they have the whole For You feature with music recommendations and things like that. I think they could have done a lot more and make it really stick out and make it that much more easier and intuitive to use. Maybe there is more to it, and we didn't see enough of it in the keynote. I don't know. We'll have to see. Only time will tell, obviously, when the streaming service comes out. And the last two things that kind of differentiate Apple's music streaming service, iTunes Connect. If you remember iTunes or Apple's Ping when they released that, that was like a huge miserable failure. So hopefully it's nothing like Ping. It's essentially like a Facebook page for artists. They can post out their lyrics or pictures. Connect, the thing that's going to make this big really is the artist adoption, the way the artists use this. If the platform is that seamless enough for artists to really get involved and connect with their fans, because I think that's a great idea. I think it's a really great feature. I think a lot of people will enjoy it, indie artists, major artists alike. But again, it's going to depend on the artist adoption. and of course a live DJ radio platform powered by Beats One, obviously a big part of their acquisition of Beats. In that it's going to be hosted by Zane Lowe. Like, that's really great talent, really great DJ, really great radio host, and they're going to have artists on there hosting their own little radio things and stuff like that, stations. I like the idea of like the whole 24/7, everybody can listen to this at the same time, but that's I think revolutionary. Like, that's been done before. Internet radio exists. That's a thing. They're trying to focus more so on the talent and the culture of music. I think it's a cool like plus one to check on with the Apple Music service. I think they didn't like again they didn't talk enough about like the differentiating factors with this, like the artist and the names behind it, and what more they're going to include, like music interviews and the latest songs and exclusives. They just focus more on like, hey, it's internet 24/7 radio, like this. That's like as if that's like a super revolutionary thing. But nonetheless, I think overall Apple Music has potential. Right now, it's in an interesting space because it's $10. It's going to compete directly with Spotify's opening price. They have to stand out. I think they have to, one, focus a lot on their music catalog. They have to focus a lot on the exclusivity of content, as far as like getting artists. Like right now, they're trying to work with Kanye West and other people to get their albums released exclusively. First off, released on the Apple Music platform and things of that nature. If they can focus on that, and considering the fact that they have iTunes in their back pocket, they have these relationships established in the music industry, that can set them apart in competition against Spotify, against Tidal, against Google and Amazon and things of that nature. They're coming in late to the game, so they have a lot of ground to cover. They have to do it right at the launch. So hopefully we'll see how that goes. What are your thoughts? Leave them down below. What streaming services do you use? Will you be trying out Apple Music service? Do you think it's just, going to completely fail miserably? Who knows? Right now I'm using Spotify. Right now I'm using Tidal. And then I'm going to be using Apple Music streaming service. So I got 3 to choose between which one is ultimately going to be my premier streaming service and which 2 are going to be canceled. So we'll look forward to that. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed the video, thumbs up, subscribe if you aren't subscribed, and head over to digitaldojos.com for more content. I'll catch you all in the next video.